Greetings everybody, Rays is here, still making videos, although I will admit I have disappeared for a while. I didn't do much on Pharrell. Apparently other people didn't do much on Pharrell. Peachin kind of just vanished a little bit, but he is doing a bunch of other stuff. Maybe he's just slowly transitioning away and moving towards Persona. I haven't looked into it. I've been mostly on vacation, kind of trying to survive the Japanese summer weather, which is ridiculously hot. Shout outs to great weather. If you love the heat, great. I don't do particularly well with it, so that is that. All right, so why did Umbra come back for this one? Well, to be fair, kind of a surprise today. We recently saw that with the most recent update, we got Pharrell, we got the end of the story, we got a preview of season or book 4, depending on how you want to look at it, frame it, whatever. But here, well, this is kind of a surprise to see this character show up. More the merrier, a global unit that has long kind of since been forgotten here on JP, apparently will be coming to the game this week. And this, I don't think, is an EOS type thing. I think that probably, we've kind of reached the end of what feels like Season 2 character. And this is basically going to be, the vision card update with an extra character thrown in. Probably to milk whales. Whale milk? A little bit more so that we can get, right before the summer units come in. Summer units basically are going to be almost certainly happening. A lot of seasonal units have been abandoned in terms of the planning of Wotv. Well, I'm not gonna. I have been quoting or playing Cyberpunk lately, and I'm not gonna quote that. Although there is a good line about boobs in that, and boobs being business, and moving on. So here we go. More the merrier will be showing up, and I'm pretty sure that we've already can see a little bit of an upgrade here. Globalers, or ex-globalers, I guess you can sound off in the comments below. Let us know. I'm not going to dwell too deeply into what is different in this video, because it doesn't really matter at this point. What does matter is when she comes out, how strong she is comparatively to a lot of other stuff that currently exists on TV, and whether or not it's worth it. Looking at her commander ability, which is new, when the HP of a wind tribute unit falls below 50%, CT is increased medium, critical avoidance rate up, and speed up for 3 turns once for the whole party, which is interesting because essentially this is for guild battle, and I kind of read this as being wind attribute, but it does activate for the entire party once. This HP drops below 50% for a single unit. That's interesting, to say the least. Limit burst, and again, go ahead. Increase own magic damage reduction penetration rate for turns. Decrease wind resistance for targets within range. Deals magic-based damage extra large and has a chance of causing a 3-turn paralysis effect? Or berserk, I think? Actually, it might be berserk. Yeah, berserk. With a big AoE? I mean, the Moore isn't particularly like the most ancient of units. But I do think if she was going to come to JP, she kind of needed a bunch of stuff to be changed and upgraded. So this is going to be where the metal meets the road, sort of speaking. And here, her last ability, Absolute Summoning. The wider the attack range of targets within range, the less magic damage is taken. After shell release and weakening resistance rate greatly reduced, magic dependent damage large becomes higher accuracy, and healing power is reduced turns with a 1-turn stun effect. I mean, the thing will be how they've adjusted her stats and everything for where we currently. If we're looking at wind right now, wind is physical spear. That's where it is on JP. So this character is going to have to essentially be a glove unit that can adapt to other elements. And where that is, I guess maybe wind fire might be the direction for her. But I feel like this is going to be just a little bit of a resource drain character. Put her into the game. She doesn't look limited, so she is probably just a permanent addition. But if she does end up to be something different, I will comment on it later. As for the units, master ability also bears the ability, so go ahead. Taking a look at this, we are looking at own magic up of 20% and debuff of 30. Fine. Not super amazing is what I was going to say, but that doesn't make any sense. So moving on. Now, the other thing that we have this time around, as I get my notes, is a vision card, not once, but twice. Starting off with More the Merrier's vision card, which I do agree is a good idea for it to be brought to the game. Activation for spears, staff, mace, gloves, and books. So this one pushing a little bit more towards like potentially throwing her in with the spear-based team. She will have to do some heavy lifting, probably from a magic perspective. And it is an agility VC. Agility VCs are never not valuable. That's pretty good. Weak resistance rate increased. For the party, we're also looking at increased magic attack up. And for duels only, wider the attack range, greater the magic damage reduction. Granted effect for the specific unit is just human killer. Could be put on any unit then. It's, pretty solid. And last but not least, vision card mastery, duels only. Mental penetration rate up 2 and wind attribute ability attack up. Nice wind VC. Kind of a job VC masquerading as a wind VC. It's good for multiple different wind stuff. I think it also supports some nice multi-elemental stuff where spear is kind of going right now, so that's cool. And then our last one is the Pharrell card, which, everything be damned, it's a 70 cost holo elemental EC. The second one of its kind. The first one being fire, we are now seeing a light BC, and for light attribute collectors, I am so sorry, because at this point, you gotta be a little bit tired this year from all the stuff you've had to collect. Starting off, so light attribute units will get increased resistance to single target attacks and ranged attacks. This is the fuck you gun-based BC, and good on it, because I'm tired of seeing guns right now on TV. Level max, light attribute ability attack up, and for guild battle only, increased debuff resist. As for the unit that has it equipped, so long as they're light, magic power up and speed up, very nice combination. And for guild battle only, impact resistance, so spear resistance, also a nice little bonus for what's popular right now here on JP, and accuracy increased by 2. It's a really solid VC. If I was to look at what I think is the best out of all of this, probably the light BC. It's just generally really, really good and meta. While it is meta dependent, it is warranted at this point because guns have been around maybe a little bit too long, and this will hopefully be one of the things that just kind of ousts them enough, or just gets rid of the rebirth characters that I am tired of seeing here. The more the merrier stuff feels kind of like bait, right before summer units that are pretty much guaranteed the following week. And not only that, but while it may be looking a little further out, I do still stand by the fact that the next generation of characters, which could be a significant power jump based on the fact that it's a new story, they're going to want people to move on and choose new characters. Well, I kind of foresee that this is all resource wasting. And if you were a JP player, I would say the best thing right now is to essentially save until the next anniversary. Of course, that depends on the game lasting that long, but what the heck. Let whales be whales, the rest of us can. Okay, so not really terribly much else. We got some upgrades this week, but I will basically just wait for them to come out and talk about them. Other than that, Porcelain Tower is returning for the what looks like the Dark-based rings upgrade. Sure, cool. And, you know, just Porcelain Tower. I mean, I guess, you know, it's available. This will be, I think, the first time it's available since global refugees kind of started coming over here. So that's kind of nice for you guys to essentially pick up something like that right away here. And so that brings us to the end of the video, end of the news, end of everything that is kind of new and exciting. I'll share one last thing, one little story here since I've been gone out of the making videos thing for a while. Hey, guess what? I got an Einsteinian from FF14. I actually was lucky enough to pull him, but yeah, final 4 pulls before pity. It's one of those things where I feel like the game is going, see? Not every one of your characters here is pity, but it's 6 summons away. Thanks, I guess? What you gonna do, right? So that is all for me. Hopefully you are all doing well, staying cool this summer, and we will see you again potentially soon, maybe for some other videos that I've just been dragging my damn feet on. Later.